Yeah, this is going to be a tricksy little road. Never done this one before. Poor road surface, hidden corners, so I'll take it easy. It's beautiful views here. We're on the west bank of Okanagan Lake, heading down from Fintry. Well, good morning, Blue Marble Riders. It is day... I'll put it up on the screen because I have actually forgotten. Is it 9, I think? Day 9 of our camping odyssey through BC, punctuated by a couple of nice and luxurious shower stops, but for the most part camping. And we just are leaving Fintry Camp on the west bank of Okanagan Lake. Good camp, really enjoyed it. The lake was so warm, it was gorgeous. Fire, you can still burn. We've got one more day left, of one more night and 2 more days. I think I'm going to do a vid about minimalist camping. We've learned a lot and we already knew a bit, so yeah, if it can help anyone else have this much fun, then I'm all for it. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the equipment that we went camping with. Most of it bought because it's particularly light, robust, and also easy to use. And so in particular, this morning we woke up and there must have been 20 mosquitoes trapped outside the tent but under the fly. Thank God the mesh on that one is specifically designed to be tiny, and while I was looking at them, there are 2 ticks crawling over it. Now I don't know, if you don't live in Canada or North America, then you might not know of Lyme disease. You might do, I don't know. But over here, ticks have Lyme disease. Not all of them, but if you get bitten, you have to get tested, or you should get tested, and the symptoms can go on for years. Arthritis, horrible, it's debilitating. I don't know what causes Lyme disease, if it's a virus or some sort of other parasite, no idea. My wife would know, she deals in that stuff. That's what she does. You know, body fluids, analyzing them for stuff like that. It's charming dinner conversation, I'll tell you. She doesn't like me to joke about it, so I won't. Is that a houseboat? I guess it is. That's an enormous flipping houseboat. Look at that thing. Wow. Yeah, so 2 ticks on the outside couldn't get in through the tiny mesh, and we saw them just walking around, and I couldn't believe how fast ticks are, and they will actually hop. So I put my finger up to them, see if they get attracted to the tip of my finger. Stupid boy. Hey, there's the boy again. And these ticks, you know, they knew not to go near it. They knew that whatever it was dangerous, and they hopped. And they hopped like, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches away from my finger to another spot, and then ran. And they were pretty damn quick, and I got new respect for ticks. I used to think they just sat on a leaf and dropped on you. No, they're highly mobile, and if you're outside in long grass, they're going to get you unless you are wrapped up. So there's another camping lesson for you. And Fintry is very grassy, long grass, you know, 3 feet high, 4 feet high around each campsite. And I'm assuming it's loaded with ticks, so careful with that one. Listened to Fortnine the other day, and he was interviewed by TMF, and he besmirched BC and went for the Cabo route on the East Coast. Now, while I really respect Mr. Fortnine, Ryan, I have to say that must have been tongue-in-cheek, because he obviously does not know some of the routes around BC, because everyone I know that's ridden it, and I haven't ridden the Cabo Trail, but everyone I know that has grinned at me and said, you know, without being dismissive, yeah, Cabo Trail, burp, sorry. No, not according to everybody I've talked to. They just grin and sort of try to be as modest and careful about what they're saying, but because they know they're upsetting a lot of people in the East. But no, if you want the real riding in Canada, you come out to British Columbia, the 31A. Wow, what a road. Try it, Ryan, honestly. I think it'll open your eyes to the fact that there's some wonderful roads. And no, it's not in the Rockies. As the guy said in the lineup, I've ridden all over the world, the Carretera Australis, Mongolia, Africa, all over North America, USA, Canada, right through the Alps in Europe, the Picos, all that. And the best riding on the planet is right here. And he was pointing at the Selkirks. On the other side of Okanagan Lake is a big town called Kelowna further down, and there is also one of my favorite places, Naramata, wine tasting there. Oh my god, it gets super hot, super hot. You're talking 40s. We're going to be hitting, I think it's the 97C, but I will double check that with you in a little bit. Got my map right down there as well, GPS on the screen. I love a map. A map is awesome. You could just sit down at the campfire, get it out, just roll your finger around it. So yeah, I'm not very good at memorizing all the different numbers, the A's, B's, C's, the numbers, etc. Not my forte, never has been. I'm not going senile yet, but it's just not something I'm very good at. But I think it is the 97C. 31A was what we did yesterday with the 6. Wow. A double wave, isn't that nice? Oh, and I left you with a bit of a quandary on Instagram. I posted a picture of a car. We saw all these cars in Cherryville yesterday, and I just had to follow them. There was just a train of 20 or 30 old redone, souped up, modded, refurbished cars, American, but one just stood out. I'd never seen anything like it. I thought, that's an American car. It looks more Italian. And sure enough, there is one make in North America that sort of, there's another one that begins with P. I'm trying to remember what that one is. Okay, 2 makes in North America that seem to have a lot of romance around them. It's not like England, where companies like Norton and Triumph, they get, you know, investors come along, reinvest in them and regrow them. You know, it seems in America like Pontiac went under, that's probably never going to come back. It was given up by GM. You know, Oldsmobile went, that's probably never going to come back. If that was England, some private investor would come along and try to rehash Oldsmobile. It may not be a success, but they would try. This is never done in America. So I posted a picture. No one replied that they knew what it was. It actually didn't garner much interest because I'm guessing they just faded from history, but it was a Studebaker President. What an interesting looking car. They were well ahead of the time. The interior. So I was really, really impressed with this thing. You know, it looked almost carbon fiber inside. It was amazing the way it was done. Minimalist, polished aluminum, fabricated aluminum. Unbelievable how ahead of its time it was. And an elegant shape, you know. It was sort of a sporty coupe. You know, from some perspectives, it reminded me of a Quattroporte by Maserati. It had the same drop nose and the same sort of elegant lines to it. Definitely had some Italian inspiration. Whether Pininfarina or someone like that was involved in it, I don't know. But Studebaker, look them up. This one, the President, or just Studebaker President, yeah, wow. I really thought that car was something else. And I'm not an American car aficionado, although I was impressed with that Dodge Charger's noise and takeoff yesterday that I saw. That the lady lime green and put her foot down. What a charming noise that was. I'm not usually a big V8 sort of fan, but that was just beautiful. Yeah, I would get one for that noise. Okay, back to bikes. Yesterday we were riding and had a good fun with 2 Ducatis. I think they were new Multistradas, but they did not have the torque this had, even with one person up, and we were overtaking, and I had to throttle off a couple of times. They are sprightly though, and 2 up I couldn't hang with them on the corners, and besides my conscience was giving me taps on the back. So, you know, I don't know, maybe it was because they were on the low down revs. This has grunt, serious grunt at you know, 3 to 5. It's got serious grunt. So, and I think that's where they're lacking, and that's where we were playing at the beginning of some of those moves. So anyway, good fun. They dispatched me fairly simply, fairly easily. Once they obviously knew the road too. I didn't. There was one. Not nasty, but it was a closing radius bend with 20 kilometers an hour on it, and I didn't take it seriously, and it led onto a single track bridge. I must have missed the sign. I was focused so hard on the road and what I was doing. Backed off at that point. Couldn't hang with those guys. They certainly had the road knowledge. They had done it before. Besides, the right shoulder blade was getting a hammering, if you know what I mean. Sense was seeing, you know how it is though. We get on bikes and sometimes we have to rein ourselves in. And if you've never done that, well done, good for you. But me, I know that there are times, not often, but sometimes it can't be helped. For whatever reason, you're in the mood and you just feel like hanging and going for it. It's a very rare occurrence as I get older, believe you me. It used to be much, as you've probably learned from my video about my youth, it used to be much, much worse than that. But like I said, I've never quite got rid of the kid inside me, and occasionally he pops his head up. And yesterday, my wife smacked it on the head, stuffed it back in its box, which was good. What a sweet, sweet little road this is. Drop off right there, guys. Wow, look at that. My wife's been so good. I'm actually slow as well this morning, just taking it nice and easy. That was the thing about yesterday's road, the 31A. The advantage to doing it from Kaslo is you're right there. The disadvantage, I don't know about you, but I like to warm up in the morning. I get on the bike and I don't go harebrained crazy. I just, the first half an hour or so, I'm just playing with the bike, falling in love with her again, and just getting into my rhythm. And the thing about that leaving from Kaslo on the 31A is you have no time for that. You're straight on the 31A, and I felt it yesterday. I felt clumsy. I felt uncoordinated. I didn't feel as sharp as I should be. I didn't feel as confident as I should be. But later on, you know, with the two Ducatis around a road that was arguably even curvier, I felt fine, you know. So going on that road from the cusp the other way, you get a little bit of a ride, first of all, about 40 kilometers of easy go, sort of just swoopy long, lovely curves, 100 kilometers an hour, and you get into the rhythm. But coming the other way, all the guys were going much, much quicker than we were, and I wonder if that's the reason, or they're just damn well better riders on better bikes without two people. Yeah, this is so hilly here that you can't really see what's coming up. Even the signs, you can't see some of them unless they're stuck on your side. Yeah, it's beautiful, very dry. Wow. Rattlesnake country for sure. We were warned about that. Careful where you step. Yeah, how beautiful is this? This is a nice ride, and then we're going to get onto the 97C, which I don't think is going to be pleasant. I think it's a 4-lane highway. But necessary to get to the 97C until it turns into something else. The bike wheel pressures, tire pressures are good. 38, it's usually 36 when it's cold, 20 degrees, and it's 25 right now on the front, and it's 33 degrees on the rear, which you'd expect, and it's 46, up from 42 psi, so that's good. Okay, it does look like we're going to be curving to the right here. West Kelowna sounds, yes, that sounds like what we want. We don't want to go across the bridge, so West Kelowna. I wonder what this is. This is the 97, yes, okay. Gotta yield here. That was a third gear takeoff, guys. The bike is so grunty talky you hardly notice it. And I've got two up, 100 pounds on and luggage and mysterious weight of my wife. But you know, average summer female. Say no more. Got myself into trouble there before. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to turn you off now because this is going to be boring. Stop, start, traffic. My wife hates these roads, hates them. I'm always charging along trying to get past things, and she doesn't like that. So we'll turn it off, and I'll get back to you when we're on the other 97 in about, I don't know, an hour and a half, something like that.
Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do product reviews, motorcycle reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs, as well as tours. Don't forget to follow me on social media, that's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and to like, and especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.